Hey everyone, it's your boy justafreak and I'm back again with another manga haul. I got my trusty knife kun over here, got some boxes over there, also got some manga that is already unboxed and I think I forgot to show it in my last haul. So yeah, as I said, got a couple of small packages, then something a little bit bigger, so some bigger boxes. Then one that's even bigger than that, and then I have this huge little one over here. Huge little one. That sounds so freaking stupid. Anyway, let's get started. So first, let's start with some of the things that I already have unboxed. I got all of these things direct from the store, and yeah, I'll start with Land of the Lustrous. I picked volume 1 since a friend of mine, Buzz, who also has a YouTube channel by the way. He's really into this one, it's one of his favorites. Yeah, I wanted to try it, so I saw volume 1, I picked it up. But honestly, I don't quite get yet what all of this manga is trying to do, you know, since volume 1 is, it's not explaining too many things. I don't know, maybe I'm different, but that was my impression. So yeah, regarding the art, it's quite nice. I mean, it's something different from the other things that I usually read. And the whole setup for the series, basically it's about a species that's not organic. Basically they're rock made, precious rocks like sapphires, diamonds and all of that stuff. They live on a moon, from my understanding not our moon but another moon, and they're constantly being attacked by, I don't know, another species, something like that. And yeah, I don't quite understand why and how did that happen and all of that stuff. Possibly I'm gonna get more into volume 2, but that wasn't available at the shop at the moment of buying this, so that's a shame. But yeah, I want to read volume 2. It wasn't bad, don't get me wrong, it was just, I don't know, I feel like I have to read this again to actually get what what it's trying to say to me. But anyway, let me know if you read it, if you like it, and what's your opinion about this series. I know that recently it got out of hiatus. Next, while I was there, I also saw Concrete Revolution, the complete saga. So basically this is a 2-in-1 by 7 Seas. I had no idea what this was about when I saw it, but I saw that it's a complete story in just one omnibus. The art doesn't look bad at all, and yeah, I'm all up to short stories. I mean, if you like them, you just enjoy something nice. If you don't like them, you're not investing too much into a series. But yeah, this is about Tokyo that's filled with all kind of phenomena. So from monsters to, I don't know, psychics and all of that stuff. And some kind of heroes that are fighting all of those things that are happening in Tokyo. So it could be nice, Again, haven't read this and I don't know much about it. So let me know if you know more. But yeah. Concrete Revolution. And if you are watching my channel for a while, you know that I've been trying to get Classmates over and over again. So I had this series being cancelled, orders from this series being cancelled so many times that it was freaking crazy. I almost gave up on it, but I said, okay, I'm gonna get volumes when I see them in print, on site, on an online bookstore or anything like that. And I don't know, by mistake, I went into a local bookstore here and I saw that they had volume 1 and volume 2. And I was blown away since I was trying to get this for a long time. But yeah, they had them, and now I'm finally up to date. I think I'm missing only volume 6, because I also got volume 5. So yeah, pretty excited about this. I mean, Asumiko Nakamura is a mangaka that has something that I really like in her style, in her art and stories and all of that stuff. I know it has that elegance. If you read something from Asumiko Nakamura, you're gonna know what I'm talking about. But yeah, I'm trying to get everything from this mangaka, and really happy that I'm finally up to date with Classmates, and I can start reading it. And yeah, volume 5, from my understanding, is a collection of short stories from the Classmates universe, and I think volume 6 is coming out, and that should include some stories from a couple of years after everything that happened so far, if I'm not mistaken. Anyway, let me know if you read this. Next, I have another package over here. Should be a single volume inside, and let's take a look. But damn, this has so much tape on it. I can't even recycle something like this. But yeah, let's see. Ooh, nice. So this is Kingdom of Ruin, and this manga is actually in Romanian. If you saw my last haul, you saw that I picked up volume 1 and 2 from this series. I actually registered for a subscription, since this is the first manga that gets to see the light here in Romania, printed in Romanian. So that's pretty cool, and I want to sustain this effort, you know. I want to see more manga coming here, and I want to see more series getting printed into this country, and I want to see this medium getting more mainstream. And I think it's kind of happening. We had anime in cinema this year, and I mean, I never dreamed of having something like that in this country. But anyway, Kingdom of Ruin, it's a series that I had no idea what to expect of. So when I ordered this, I just got it since it was printed here, and I wanted to help, you know, and also to experience a new series. And it's pretty good. I mean, I've been enjoying it a lot. It's the whole thing takes place in a world where let's say that you have humans and another race. I think that they are another race called witches. And let's say that at the beginning of time, God told the witches, or made the witches, something like that, and told them that they are there and they have those powers in order to actually protect humans and guide them and all of that stuff. And all of that happened, and it was pretty pink, you know, and cheerful for a ton of years, until humans decided that they don't want to do that anymore, and they started to kill all of the witches and start a freaking revolution. And yeah, that's the premise. So it's pretty dark, it's pretty gory, and as you may have seen, the art is also quite good, and I'm quite satisfied with the quality of the releases from Nezumi, the Romanian editor who's trying to print this, since I know stuff from the English releases like this and Kodan, Shiny and Press, they are way worse than what they do with these volumes. Even if they seem thin and all of that stuff, it's quality inside. So yeah, pretty happy to get a new volume. I read volume 1 and 2. So far was pretty good. And they always offer some things inside of it. And it looks like this time their goodie was actually a poster. So So that's pretty nice, Next, let's take a look at the bigger one. This one is also bought from Romania, from Cărturești. And yeah, if you're in Europe, before you used to buy stuff from England, from the UK, but since Brexit, the prices have gone so freaking high that for once we buy less, and second, it's not worth it to import anymore. I mean, if I'm paying that price and I can find businesses here that do it, I better support the local businesses. But yeah, a ton of goodies, so let's dive into it. So the first one is the Hellbound, and it's volume 1 and volume 2. And I was quite surprised to see that this actually has, I think this is a manual. So yeah, that this has a print, and it has a print in English, and I can actually get it because my first experience with this series, and my only experience so far, was on Netflix when I saw the TV series. It's a short TV series, and it was quite interesting. But yeah, long story short, you see these things over here. So those are creatures, let's say demons, that suddenly one day come out from hell to take sinners and smite them and take them into hell. Or those could be demons, those could be angels. Let's say that, I don't know. But yeah, it was pretty interesting, and when I saw it, that it actually has a release, I just had to get it. I want to see what the actual manhwa version of this could be, because this should be the source material for the Netflix series. As you can see, they even sell it here that it has a Netflix adaptation. But yeah, these are printed by Dark Horse, so something new from Dark Horse. Lately I'm picking up rarely from Dark Horse, since I don't feel that they brought too many new series into their lineup lately. But yeah, pretty happy about this one. Let me know if you saw the show, what you thought about it. It's not amazing, it's something that you can watch during a weekend when you don't have anything else to do. But yeah, as always, I expect the actual comic version to be better than live action stuff. Normally live action stuff is pretty boring. Next, I finally picked up some volumes from Call of the Night. So I saw this anime. It was amazing. I really loved it. From the soundtrack, lights, coloring, contrasts, story, characters, the overall vibe that it gives me, it was pretty great. And I wanted to pick this series even before the anime came out, because from the start it seemed like something that calls out to me, pun intended, but it wasn't available here. For some reason in this area, the first couple of volumes are out of stock for a long time, and I always put it off, and this time these 2 volumes were on sale, and I said, you know what, I'll start picking it up. But yeah, if you haven't seen the anime yet or read the manga, I would suggest you to go and watch the anime, since it's pretty great, and it has that the series has an overall slice of life vibe to it, since everything happens during the night. I must say that Call of the Night, it has night in its title, so that's quite obvious, but it happens during the night, and the main character is a boy who kind of gets bored of what he's doing, bored of school, bored of everything, and he's kind of awkward around people. I mean, he feels like he's an outsider in society or something like that. and he goes out during the night, and while he's walking he encounters a vampire, she over here, and they kind of get into a contract, and let's just say they start hanging together, and they start hanging together and do funny stuff or normal stuff that you would do with a vampire. But yeah, it's pretty great, and yeah, I really hope that I'll get more volumes, but so far I have volume 3 and volume 8. Next, I was able to get an additional volume from Black Butler, and this is volume 29. If you saw older videos from me for more than a year or 2 years or something like that, I'm trying to collect this series. I mean, I have a lot of missing volumes so far, but I'm getting closer. And every time that I see something getting reprinted, because these are not out of print, are just out of stock, every time I see something reprinted, something getting back in stock, I'm trying to fill the holes, you know. But yeah, this is a series that was recommended to me a long time ago by Buzz, and it seemed pretty interesting, and I want to collect it and read it. It's about a boy who kind of gets into a contract with a demon, and that demon becomes his butler, and yeah, they do all sorts of stuff. But yeah, happy to get a new one. Let me know what you think about this series. I haven't seen the anime. At some point I should try to see if it's available on stream in this area, or get it somehow. And another one that was in that box was the first volume from number 5 from Taiyo Matsumoto. This is a new series that started to be printed by Viz in this beautiful Viz signature lineup with French flaps, color pages, good quality paper and all of that stuff. And yeah, it's Taiyo Matsumoto, so whenever I see something from him getting printed in English, I'm gonna get it, since he's pretty good, he's golden. And yeah, this is a sci-fi series from him. I don't know a lot about it, so let me know if you know more. Let me know if you know more. I still need to try it. Another one is another hardcover by Junji Ito, and this is the Liminal Zone. And yeah, you know me. You know that I love Junji Ito. I don't know a lot of people in this community that don't like Junji Ito, you know? So yeah, me saying that I really like Junji Ito, it seems like something quite easy to say. But yeah, a new volume from him. Pretty happy to have it. I always try to read Junji Ito from time to time, and yeah, especially during Halloween. I think every month of October, ever since I started collecting and reading manga, I've been reading some Junji Ito. So yeah, I really don't think that this will disappoint me, because nothing from him disappointed me so far. Next, I got the second omnibus from Tokyo Revengers. This has volume 3 and 4 in it. So yeah, a 2-in-1. It's from 7 Seas, and the quality is pretty good. I can't complain. I heard some people complaining about these volumes. I don't know, they should see most of the omnibuses out there. But yeah, it's pretty good, pretty solid. And easy to read, since it's not really heavy, but it's also not I don't know, light like let's say a 3-in-1 for this or something like that. But yeah, Tokyo Revengers. A lot of people are saying a lot of crap about the ending from this series. I saw a lot of hate about it over on Twitter and on other social media platforms. I honestly, so far, and I'm at volume 20 something or 20 something, yeah, I think so, from this series. So far it was pretty good. I can see that there was a point, it's actually where I stopped, that could definitely be the ending. I mean, at that point, if the mangaka just stopped there, it would have, the series would already have a pretty decent ending. But yeah, apparently people are saying that this is going downhill from a point, probably that point. But yeah, I'm really enjoying it. I mean, most of those volumes I read them in a couple of days, since I enjoyed this series that much. And what can I say? It's a series with delinquents, friendship, time travel, a nice best girl in it, and pretty fun overall, and full of action packed, and it has a really fast pace to it. So yeah, it's something that you're just gonna, I don't know, grab a cup of coffee or a beer, sit down on your couch, and you're gonna go through 2 volumes just like that. Since it's fun, quick to read, great art, and all of that stuff. And yeah, as I said, I'm enjoying this quite a lot so far, what I read. And even if people say that the ending is not what they expected and that it's bad, I don't think that it's gonna be that bad, honestly. I don't think that it's gonna be bad enough to ruin the whole series for me. So yeah, I read this digitally. I always said that when this will get a print, I'm gonna get it. So really happy that they decided to print it, and I can't wait to have the whole series into my collection. Next, I got volume 2 from Orochi by Kazuo Umezu. And you know that before I was talking about Junji Ito. Now Kazuo Umezu is the guy that actually influenced Junji Ito the most. So when Junji Ito was little, he was basically in love with this guy's works. And Orochi is something, a series that's quite interesting and quite nice so far. I read volume 1 and I liked it more than Drifting Classroom, because that's the other series that we have in print from this mangaka. And Orochi is basically a collection of short stories, and each one of those short stories have in common this character over here, this girl over here, who kind of has some weird supernatural powers, sometimes a little bit darker, and yeah. So as I said, each story is decoupled from the others, but still has a common factor in it. This girl, Orochi. And yeah, I can see how Junji Ito was influenced even by this, since a lot of his longer series are actually feeling like a collection of short stories with 1 or 2 characters in common to them. So yeah, so far, beautiful release. So this is a really beautiful release by Viz. The Viz signature hardcover with a lot of nice details to it, color pages and all of that stuff. And yeah, as I said, it's an older series. You can imagine that Junji Ito was reading stuff from this guy when he was a kid, when he was younger. So yeah, this mangaka was one of the pioneers of horror manga in Japan. But yeah, great art, great stories in volume 1, and I can't wait to read volume 2. Okay, so next let's take a look at the smaller package, and we'll see what we have in those other boxes afterwards. I think that this is also from a Romanian store called Manga Shop. So if you're from Romania, you can also buy manga from there. This is Usotoki Rhetoric by Ritsu Ayako. And this is a new series. It's printed out by One Piece Books. Have a couple of other series from them. For example, Rise of the Shield Hero is also by One Piece Books. So yeah, their release is kind of similar to the ones from this. And this is a series that is basically a thriller, but also not a thriller, maybe more of a mystery series, but also a romance, something like that. Because it's about this girl over here. I think the action takes place around the 1920s, the year 1920, and this girl over here kind of has the gift of telling if someone actually tells the truth or lies. And because of that, she kind of, I don't know, becomes an outcast in her village, since she was little and she kind of got in trouble because of her gift. And yeah, she goes away and gets picked up by a detective. They kind of start working together. And my guess is that there's where the romance will also fit in later on. But yeah, seemed pretty interesting. That's all that I know, the plot. It seemed interesting enough and I got it. But let me know if you already tried it and what do you think about this series. Again, Usotoki, Rhetoric, Volume 1. Next, another one from the retailer Cărturești. Let's see. What do we have here? And all this package for this beast over here. And this is Ayako by Osamu Tezuka. This is a vertical print, and trying to figure out if it has the new logo or not. I don't think so. But yeah, this is a 3-in-1, pretty huge omnibus. It's flipped, sadly it's flipped, but that's how it is with some of these older Tezuka titles. And yeah, it's one of his stories that was missing from my collection. I knew about it since I started my collection and the channel and all of that stuff. I always wanted to get it. Never was at a, I don't know, it even was out of stock or too expensive. And now I saw it on sale and I actually got this brick over here. Quality wise, it's pretty good. It's quite surprisingly good. I have other stuff from him. Same editor, publisher, and similar format, and this, I must say, it's better. Must be a newer print. But yeah, a Tezuka title, one that's pretty acclaimed. Everything happens after Japan lost the Second World War, and Japan was under, let's say, the occupation of the United States, kind of. And yeah, it goes through all of that misery of a country going through an era where after they lose a war and they're into the position where they are actually have to rebuild, you know. And the story evolves around a family that's quite messed up, and it also involves this girl over here, and from what I heard, nothing actually good happens with her in this story. So it tends to be quite dark. It also tends to show how Japan was like after the war, after they lost the war. And yeah, pretty glad to finally be able to add this to my collection. Next, let's take a look at this box over here and see what I was able to get. This is also from Romania. As I said, lately I tried to order from Book Depository a couple of times, and always, every single time, they failed to actually deliver me the package. So yeah, let's see. And I already see some really nice things. Can't wait for this one, so let's dive into it. So, first thing from this box, it's Toradora. And yeah, if you know me, if you're an older subscriber from this channel, you know that Toradora is one of my favorite anime series. Ever since I saw it, I mean, from the start, from when I saw it, I just binged it. It was so freaking nice and heartwarming and all that stuff. But anyway, I saw at some point that it had a manga. I also noticed that it was crazy out of print, out of stock. I don't know. It was hard to get. And I tried to get volumes from it. And volume 3 was the only one that I was missing to be up to date with the series. And right now with this, I should have from volume 1 to 7 in my collection. And I think 8 came out or will come out, but I should have newer volumes already pre-ordered or something like that. But yeah, really happy to get this and finally be able to remove this stress from my mind, because I was stressing that I would never be able to get all of the volumes from this one. A quick thing about the story: it's a romance series about this girl over here and another guy. Basically, she's really small. She's called upon top tiger because she's small, but she bites and scratches like a tiger. And the other guy, let's see, this guy over here, he's basically a really, really nice guy, but everyone's afraid of him since he has that evil look in his eyes, you know. Anyway, they get to know each other, they become friends, and yeah, it's just lovely. So try it out, try the anime. I think it should still be available on Netflix. Next one, I got an English release, a new English release by Tomonori Inoue, and this is Candy and Cigarettes. And it seemed pretty interesting ever since I saw it. I know people on my Discord that are picking up this series and that are liking this series. And it's an action series involving a guy, detective or something like that partners up with this girl over here who's an assassin. And yeah, they do a lot of nasty things together, like assassinating people. But yeah, seemed pretty interesting. Was pretty excited for this release, so I can't wait to try it out. Let me know if you already did. I know some people, as I said, that are picking this up and that are liking it. And by the way, I said I have a Discord. If you want to talk more manga, anime, or any kind of stuff, I'm every day present on that server. The link should be down in the video description. Next, more volumes from Don't Toy With Me, Miss Nagatoro. And this is volume 12. I freaking love this series. I think I got the first volume from this series from the store. Came home, read it, loved it, went back to the store and bought everything else that they had. But yeah, ever since then I'm picking it up. It's another high school romance with this girl and another guy, this dude over here. Basically she is bullying him all of the time, but it's not that kind of bully where they go and they, I don't know, burn the other person with a cigarette or stuff like that you see in series that are with delinquents and stuff like that. It's more of a bullying when you know, when someone likes another person. And yeah, it's really, really funny, really adorable, and I love it. I love it. Can't wait to dive into this one. I think I've read 11. If I have it, I've read it. Definitely. Next, I got Records of Ragnarok. This is volume 4. It's printed by Viz in the signature lineup, but not the quality signature lineup. Honestly, why do they do this? I always, ever since I started collecting manga, I saw that Viz has the signature lineup. Some of the volumes, are really high quality. So stuff like what I showed earlier, let me just get it. Junji Ito, signature lineup. Oh, no, this isn't, but Taiyo Matsumoto number 5 is the signature lineup. Just look at the difference. This is a normal volume, just oversized, a little bit bigger than a normal Viz volume, and this is quality stuff that you can actually collect. But anyway, it's not bad. Their other signature low-end lineup is not bad. But enough about me complaining about releases. This is Records of Ragnarok. I've been collecting this since a couple of hauls ago. I saw the anime for this one. It's a pretty badass series. I know people that were reading this even before it had an English release, and that were always praising this series. But short, as a really short plot, one day the gods decide that they should wipe out humanity since they got bored or something like that. Anyway, a stupid reason. And since they had a clause apparently in their contract with creation that before destroying humanity, they have to give humanity a chance to prove themselves, and they basically have to do that. And the way they do that is by allowing humanity to compete against the gods in a tournament. If I remember right, it's 10 fights, so it's basically humans versus gods. And you're gonna have fights. The whole series, it's only a big ass tournament with really badass fighters. So some of the fighters are gods, and the other fighters are some of the most notorious people from around history and fiction. But yeah, badass series. As a friend Ed would put it, a lot of testosterone in this one. So if you're into that stuff and muscles and veins and stuff like that, this is it. Next, I got the latest volume, I think, from To Your Eternity. This is volume 17. It's from Yoshitoki Oima, the same mangaka that did The Silent Voice. And yeah, I read a couple of volumes from this one. Pretty nice series so far. It's weird and has the things that I kind of need in a series. So yeah, I decided to continue collecting it. It also has an anime, so you can also try it in that format. Next, more volumes from Shuzo Oshimi, and this is Blood on the Tracks, volume 10 and 11. I'm gonna read these 2 volumes straight after the haul. I mean, after I do the wrap up, I won't even clean up after myself. I'm gonna go and read this first, because I freaking love Blood on the Tracks. It's such a messed up series about a boy and his weird ass, overprotective, God knows what, psychotic mother. And from my opinion, I don't know, Shuzo Oshimi has this thing where he puts you on a chain of thought from the beginning of the series, and at a point everything has a twist in it. If you read more series from him, you know what I mean. But yeah, things might turn out to be a little bit different from what I think right now. But yeah, really love this series. It's a new Shuzo Oshimi series. It has his new beautiful art in it, and I don't want to open this too much because I'm gonna spoil maybe someone or myself with panels. So yeah, always really happy to get more volumes from Shuzo Oshimi. Anything from him, since he's my favorite, I think, mangaka. I could read only Shuzo Oshimi if he had if I had enough content from him. But yeah, really happy about this one. Let me know if you're up to date with this series, and if you haven't tried it, let me know why. I don't understand why. Wouldn't you be up to date with something like that? Next, I got the latest volume. I think this should be the latest volume, volume 15 from the Ancient Magus Bride. This is a series. It's printed out by 7 Seas, pretty nice quality. So Vish could learn something from 7 Seas when it comes to releases. Sometimes I hear people complaining about 7 Seas releases. Honestly, they always had better quality than Viz, in my opinion. But yeah, as you can see, really white paper. But yeah, fantasy series has a slice of life aspect to it, but it also isn't shy to dive into some action and stuff like that. So pretty enjoyable so far about this girl over here and this magician, and they get into a lot of weird situations along the series. It also has a beautiful anime and a beautiful OVA, and yeah, you can also try that out. And recently it also got a release in Romanian. So if you're from Romania and you want to try it in Romanian, you can also do that. Next, I got volume 20 from No Matter How I Look at It, It's Your Guys' Fault, I'm Not Popular. So, volume 20, you know me, I'm not gonna go into the old story again. I'm trying to collect this one. I'm not able to find the volumes, but yeah, I'm still doing it. I heard only good things about it. Only good things about it. I don't even have the first couple of volumes from it, but I'm gonna have them. Next, I also got volume 3 from Alice in Borderland, and this is actually an omnibus. It's a 2-in-1, actually also from Viz, the signature lineup. And this is an action series, also a thriller. Kind of similar to stuff like Kaiji or Squid Game, if you saw that TV show. I've been recently collecting this one since it recently came out, and so far from what I've read, the first couple of volumes, first 4 volumes, it's quite good. It also has a TV adaptation, but I honestly prefer the manga. I tried to see the TV adaptation, it didn't stick with me. Now maybe after I read the manga I'm gonna retry that, but yeah, in my opinion the manga is better. The plot, just a couple of words. People are teleported into another reality. It still looks like Tokyo, but it's another reality, and they have to play some games in order to survive. And those games are actually death games. So basically you either solve the game and leave, or if you don't, so far all of the games had a condition that will kill you, you know. So yeah, as I said, thriller, action, maybe a little bit horror in it, and also sci-fi. And it has that psychological aspect to it because they're always thinking how to solve, come up with solutions and all of that stuff. Pretty interesting. Also from this box, I got volume 11 from Kakegurui Twin. So Kakegurui Twin comes from the universe of Kakegurui, Compulsive Gambler. It's basically the story about the school where only the elite actually attend, so the children of the elite. And part of, let's say it's not directly in the curricula of the school, but it's actually the main thing that people are focusing there. They are focusing on gambling because they say that if you're in a position of power and wealth, you actually have to know how to analyze a situation and know what risk can you actually take. So yeah, pretty fucked up all the games are pretty interesting. I really like the faces, the crazy faces that the characters make when they get into the ecstasy of gambling. And yeah, pretty cool. I'm not collecting the main series so far because it's out of stock, but maybe at some point I'm also gonna go on with that. For the main series, I actually saw the anime and I'm hoping for a third season. I think only 2 seasons are out, but yeah, pretty cool. Let me know if you know anything about this universe. And the last one from this box, and I think that this is also the last one from the series, and this is Gigant, and this is volume 9. I think it's the last volume. If I remember correctly, it should be the last volume. Not gonna open this since it may be the last volume and I don't wanna get spoilers. It's by 7 Seas and it's written by Hiroya Oku, drawn by Hiroya Oku. And maybe you know him from Gantz or Inuyashiki, but anyway, he writes those kind of full action-packed crazy stories where all the weird things that you can imagine happen. And this one was a blast so far, and it's pretty good in my opinion, and I can't wait to read this one as well. So yeah, I think that this is the last one and I'm excited to read it, and I'm also excited to see what his new series gonna be about. And now for the last box from this haul, we're gonna dive into this huge one over here, and I bet it's gonna have a ton of goodies inside of it. I don't even remember what I ordered here because some of the stuff, so normally how it goes in Romania, you order something and if they don't have it in stock, and they usually don't have it, it's gonna take about a month for you to actually get your order. And if you also pre-order stuff, it may take even more. So yeah, that's why I don't know exactly what I'm getting, since I have a lot of orders pending. But yeah, pretty huge box. So this is my hand. I don't have small hands, but this is my hand, and this is a huge box full of manga. Ooh, I even see something that I was quite excited of. Ooh, and a box set. So let's dive into it. So first thing first, I have a box set. As you saw, let me clear the glare a little bit. So as you saw, I got the first box set from My Hero Academia, and this has volume 1 through 20 in it, and a double-sided poster and some bonus content. But yeah, always happy to get new box sets into my collection. It's the best way to get a long series into your collection if you haven't picked it up when it came out. But anyway, a lot of people were complaining about the quality from this box compared to other releases from Viz. So I'm gonna record also a video where I unbox this one and also take a look at the volumes, maybe compare it with another box set from Viz that was similar in length with this one. But yeah, so watch out for that. It's gonna pop up on my channel. If you want to be here, consider subscribing to the channel and hitting that bell notification icon so that you get a notification when I put that video out. But anyway, My Hero Academia, I don't know if I have to get into this one, but it has a huge fandom out there. I saw the first season from the anime, wasn't that impressed honestly. People are telling me that it's gonna get better afterwards, way better. If I have to watch a season to actually get a series to get better. That doesn't say too much about the series, you know, if you know what I mean. But anyway, it wasn't bad. It wasn't as good as it should be if you have that many people excited for this series. But yeah, enough about me complaining. And I always said that I'm not gonna pick this series up by singles. I'm gonna wait for Viz to actually release a box set, because I was sure that at some point they're gonna do that. And after years of me knowing about this one, they actually did. So I picked it up and I'm gonna try the manga. And yeah, hopefully at some point this series gets way better than what I was able to experience in the first season of the anime. Now, you know that when I was talking about Alice in Borderland, I mentioned Kaiji. And yeah, I finally got my hands on the second omnibus from Kaiji. And let me show you something. So this is from Dempa, this is from Viz. Both of them are omnibuses. I think that both of them should have 2 volumes in it, or something like that. Or maybe this has more, I don't care, but look at the quality of the paper, quality of the release, and all of that stuff. But anyway, as I was saying, Alice in Borderlands has some aspects that are coming from Kaiji, and I think that even Squid Game was actually influenced by Kaiji Gambling Apocalypse. And not only Gambling Apocalypse, because Kaiji has a couple of series. There's a couple of series involving this character in this universe. But yeah, pretty awesome series. I recommend this if you're into thrillers and psychological series. I know it says gambling, so maybe you're not into that, but the gambling aspect of it, let's say it's not that important. I know it's in the name, it's in the story, but the other things, the psychological part, it's more important. And yeah, this is by Nobuyuki Fukumoto, and he has this way of drawing characters. And for some people, it's annoying. His art style, it's annoying. It's a little bit older, but for me, actually, it does the trick. So I really enjoy it, and I find it very soothing for this type of story. And yeah, I have volume 1 and 3 into my collection. I missed pre-ordering volume 2, and it was out of stock for a while, and I'm happy to fill in the gap. Another one from this box is Records of Ragnarok volume 3. I was talking about this earlier, so this is the volume 3 from this series. I think that this should be Poseidon, I think. And this should be, is it Musashi? I don't know. Can't remember. Next, volume 11 from Tales of Wedding Rings. This is done by Maybe, the same mangaka duo who did To the Abandoned Sacred Beast, that also has an anime. Pretty cool isekai series, fantasy series with a guy who goes with his childhood friend, a girl, into her universe, and that universe is under attacked by the Abyss Lord with his Abyss creatures that want to destroy everything. And in order to fight the Abyss Lord, he has to become the Ring Lord and basically marry a bunch of waifus and get into edgy situations to harness the power of the rings and kick the Abyss Lord's ass. So yeah, pretty cool. It has really nice art, and it should be close to the ending. I don't think that volume 11 is the last one, but it should be close. It feels that we are close. And talking about isekais, I also got some some of the later volumes from that time. I got Reincarnated as a slime. So I got volume 17, volume 19, volume 18. Yeah, I know they're not in order. So yeah, the OCD is gonna kick in. And volume 20. And I think that this should be the last one. All of them are the actual manga version of it, of the series, since this one has also a light novel. And I even think that the light novel is the actual source material. But yeah, as I said, another isekai. It's a really popular one. It also has an anime, and it's about a guy who gets reincarnated in another world as a slime, and of course he becomes really all-powerful as a slime. But I know it sounds like every other isekai, but believe me, it's pretty good if you're into that kind of stuff, because it got really popular. And normally when a series like this gets popular, it's for a reason. I really enjoyed the anime, so I decided to also get the manga and read the manga. Also from that box I got manhwa, and this is Solo Leveling. And cool thing about this one is that it's in full color, since this is actually a web comic. A lot of manhwas are web comics, and yeah, they come in full color, and this is a pretty nice release. It's heavy as fuck, since the paper quality is there. It's really good. It's really good, and the whole volume is in full color. So yeah, I'm really happy to see that we're getting more webcomics, more manhwa series into English in releases, because over the years I read a few. I'm gonna read more because I really like them. And this one is not an isekai, but the action takes place in a world where some people are born with, let's say, superpowers. But those kind of superpowers that are related to the setup from a game. So, for example, someone has healing powers, someone can be really tanky, someone can be really quick and stealthy like an assassin and stuff like that. And basically, every once in a while, a portal opens into the real world where everybody lives. And these guys with those superpowers are called in to actually go inside of the portal, beat the dungeon, and close the portal in time so that the real world is not invaded with by the monsters that live inside of the dungeon. Yeah, the setup is pretty cool. Maybe I find it cool because I'm also a gamer and I usually like series that are having this kind of setup. But yeah, read this whole series online on Webtoons. I think it's on Webtoons, and pretty happy to see that it's getting a release and it's not dropped or anything like that. It's even gonna have next year, I think, an anime adaptation. So I'm pretty hyped about that one. Hope they won't screw it up. Anyway, happy about this one. Let me know if you read it or if you are collecting it. Next, from this box, another volume from the JoJo universe, Das Spoke Rohan Kishiba. I was really surprised when I saw that something like this is getting a print, because I had no idea that this actually existed. But honestly, I don't even know the deal with this one. I know Rohan Kishibe from JoJo, but I had no idea that he was popular enough to have its own thing. But now if I think about it, I think there's also an anime for this one over on Netflix. But yeah, was really excited when I saw this one, and I had to get it. I had to get it. More JoJo stuff. Just bring it on, bring it on. And the next one is PTSD Radio, Volume 1. So this is something that I had in my to read list for a long time. Since some people, I think on the Manga Collectors Discord or Reddit, told me about it. And yeah, it recently got a print. And I had to order it. And damn, this is a really nice print. It feels like, you can see this mouth over here, so you can actually feel the teeth when you go over it. Pretty cool. Now, I don't know what's the deal with this series, since from what I know, it's still in hiatus. And I don't know how Vertical decided to start printing this. I'm really happy that they did, because it's something that I wanted to read for a long time, since I heard only good things about it. This one is actually a horror story, and it's really messed up from what I heard. I mean, some of the chapters are really short, others are longer. It doesn't have that consistency. And let's take a look at, let's see, starts from page 8 and it goes to 12. That's it. 12, 18, and that's it. And from what I heard, this story is told similar to someone playing with the radio, you know, tuning the radio, trying to find different channels on it, trying to find that favorite song on the radio. You know when you try to tune those old radios that had the knob, you know, and you would turn it in, and you reached the channel. You heard a couple of things about there, you didn't find it interesting enough, and you switched to the other channels, and so on and so on. Kind of like browsing the TV. And I heard that the stories are told in that manner. So basically, it starts with something for a couple of pages. Afterwards, you're tuning into another story and another story and another story, and afterwards you go back to the first one or to the second one or something like that. It seems pretty crazy, if you ask me, and crazy in a good way. So, as you may have noticed, I'm pretty excited to read this one, because I heard a lot of good things about the stories and the horror aspect of this series. If you know anything about why the series is in hiatus, or if it got out of hiatus, or what's happening with this series, let me know down below, because I would be happy to learn more about it. But yeah, PTSD Radio Volume 1 should be a 2 in 1 here. Looks like an omnibus, or at least 1.5. I know that Vertical does that sometime. And the last one from this haul. I was talking about Ayako when I was referring to Gigant, and I said that he's well known for Gantz. So this is Omnibus Volume 10, it's by Dark Horse, it's a 3-in-1, a chunky 3-in-1, and yeah, I'm collecting this since Gantz is a series that I really enjoy. It was one of the first series that I read when I started reading and collecting manga. And yeah, this series was for a long time out of print, and I wasn't able to get it, so I had to read it online. But now that they're printing it, I'm gonna basically pre-ordering each one of these volumes when they are getting announced online. But yeah, happy to get more. We're closing to the end. I think that this should have 40 volumes, I can't remember, but we're close, or 33, something about around that. I'm gonna leave some notes in the video when I edit. But yeah, we're getting close to the end. Pretty messed up series. If you don't know Gantz, pick it up, read 1 or 2 volumes. It's really fast paced. It's full of crazy action, and you're gonna just fly through a volume. And short plot, a lot of people not a lot of people, a couple of people are suddenly transported into a room where there's a giant, where there lies a giant black sphere in the middle of the room. Suddenly they hear a song, one of those old patriotic Japanese songs, I think, and they are receiving some information similar to a game, that they have to go and kill some kind of valiant or something like that. And of course everyone thinks that this is a joke, and they are just complaining and laughing, and they think that this is all one of those prank Japanese TV shows, but sadly it's true. they get teleported out of that room and into the real world, but in that world now there is something that just turns them into pieces, you know. Anyway, messed up, crazy, full action-packed series. Read it. So this is it. Should be around 60-70 volumes in this whole. Pretty crazy. Pretty crazy, but a lot of good stuff. I managed to fill in the gaps from some series that I was thinking that I was never gonna be able to actually collect in full, and yeah, I'm pretty happy about that. Also got some volumes here that I'm really hyped about them, so can't wait to dive into them. They're gonna be some nice distraction. And yeah, really hope that you liked it, and if you did, please leave a like. It's the best thing that you can do for the channel, and to help me put out this content. And the other thing that you can do is share this with your friends. If you have friends that are into manga and they want to see stuff like this, give them a link, share them a link. I really appreciate everyone who was here with me to watch the video. I really hope that you liked it, and I hope that I'm gonna see you back soon. And I don't know, until my next video, go read your manga. Bye bye.